Welcome to the fourth episode of BenchMob. Today we'll be talking about Raptors and them being down 0-3 to the Cavs. We have the Celtics going 3-0 against Philly. How did they do this without Kyrie and Hayward, their big stars? And lastly, we're going to be talking about the West, who we think's going to be moving on and who we think is going to win it all in the West. So we're just going to introduce everybody really quick. We have Dennis here again. He's still in debt. He's making a little more money, but he still has a negative on his credit card. Say hi, Dennis.
It's true. Hi, guys.
And he's probably shopping right now at Adidas.
No, I'm not.
Yeah. We got nearsighted Nate Robinson on the air horn. Also shopping right now.
Mr. Casey, I don't feel so good.
And we got Charles Barkley, aka Ryan.
Let me tell you this.
All right, and and then I'm Steve. So let's get right into it. So we're gonna talk about Raptors, and it's been a rough week for Raptors fans. Today's May 6th. We had 3 games go in so far, and we're down 0-3. What did you guys see in Game 1, Game 2, Game 3, or what are your thoughts on Raptors and LeBron in general?
Man, we really got to do better.
Yeah.
Every time we play LeBron, it hurts, man. He brutalizes us all the time.
Like, what can we do? Like, I don't know if you guys watched all of the games, but Game 1 and Game 3 were obviously like down to the wire, down to one possession.
Yeah.
Could have been one call difference. Could have been one foul call or one loose ball foul or whatever. It could have changed everything. But is LeBron really just Toronto's kryptonite? And is there no way beating him in terms of being Toronto? Because Indiana did pretty well last round.
They're competitive. That's all I wanted for Toronto. I don't understand how we're down 0-3.
Well, when you look at the games itself, the games are pretty competitive. Like, we lost game 2 by 1 point.
No, game
1 by 1
point. And then game 3 by
2 points.
2.
So it's not like we're not competing. It's just we're not getting that win to make it look flashier in the series byline.
We're not getting a win, period.
Yeah.
I mean, like, how demoralizing is it, though?
Very.
Because we're like you guys said, we're playing hard. We're trying our best.
Well,
They've played better.
They
They played much better. Again, even against in the first round.
in Wizards.
Yeah, against
Like I think every basketball game you're gonna be making mistakes. Like there's never gonna be a perfect basketball game, right?
but they're not competing for the full 48 minutes.
Right.
They crap out.
third quarter every time.
Well, except last night.
Well, game 1 they crapped out fourth quarter.
Yeah. And then
So
yesterday was opposite.
it's just they're not playing a complete game. There are elements of the game that are there where they'll score like 7-0 runs and then they'll just give up those 7 points again and not pick it up defensively, or poor shot selection, or unforced turnovers. It's the same story every time.
So do you guys have any like sort of suggestions on like what you think is the main source of, or what we need to change for the future to beat LeBron? Like I have my thoughts, but what do you guys think?
Why don't we start with your thoughts?
So for me, I really like how the bench is developing, but I think we can all agree. Well, I know God, you were talking about it before with the coaching, and like you were saying, Dwayne.
And I think he's got to go.
Yeah, and I think there is some truth to that. I mean, we think like Dwayne's done a lot for Raptors. Like we have improved every single year. And that's really good. And it's like we've made it to the playoffs. We've gone through round 1. We finally won game 1 in a series. Like, but I think the ceiling's been reached with him, and we need a new person to, I guess, just change it up a little bit. Maybe not the play style, because the play style was great this year, but just a different leader, I guess. Do you guys think Kyle and DeMar are really able to be a championship leaders?
No.
Okay.
Going back to the point of you saying we need a different leader, it kind of reminds me of how Mark Jackson started the Golden State Warriors run and gun 3-point, and then Steve Kerr took it to another level.
Right.
That's what you're looking for, right? But who is that person? Jerry Stackhouse?
Yeah.
Yes, Jerry Stackhouse.
I have faith in Jerry Stackhouse.
he didn't take the coaching job at the Knicks.
You didn't, yeah, David Fitzdale.
Maybe that's a precursor to taking on the head coaching job of the Raptors.
Yeah. How about Kyle and DeMar?
I think they're second tier all stars. I don't think they're superstars to build a championship.
So what defines a superstar in your or anybody's opinion?
MVP candidate.
So examples, I mean Russ was MVP last year.
James Harden, LeBron, KD, Steph. There's only a few of those Kawhi. There's only a few of those that's around the league, and they're pretty concentrated in one team or two teams.
Yeah.
And I personally don't think that LeBron, DeMar, and Kyle are even first team All NBA.
So wait, what do like all those superstars have that DeMar and Kyle don't?
The ability to take over a game.
They're not consistent for one.
Yeah.
They can build a system around them.
Yeah.
I don't think
They've tried that,
Mhm.
and it hasn't been working. We've seen it last 3 years.
No kidding.
Yep.
For me, it's a little bit different. I think just from the body language that DeMar has sometimes, it seems like he's sometimes giving up,
Yeah.
and he seems defeated.
True. Like yesterday in Game 3,
Mm.
he was out all of like fourth quarter almost.
And with that being said, like, do you guys think that was a good decision? So
Yeah, he was.
he was 3 for 12.
Yeah,
He only had 8 points in the first 3 quarters,
Mhm.
and he wasn't shooting well.
it was a great decision.
Yeah, and that's something that I think Dwayne Casey did well, and taking him out, even though he is our superstar, he is our best player. Like,
Mhm.
they're rolling with the people who, like OG was landing shots. Who else was there? Freddie was playing well. CJ Miles, he didn't do much, but he was there to stretch the floor type of thing.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, you guys think we just need a change in? It sounds like a change in leadership, whether it's a coaching leadership or a player leadership. But I think overall, I don't know. What are you guys leaning towards, coaching or?
A couple of
players?
thoughts on the DeMar thing being taken out of the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
It puts a lot of pressure to everybody else around the floor that's playing, because if you don't have to concentrate on someone like who can get their offensive shots, who can make that for Toronto, like Kyle. That's gonna be the defense is gonna be concentrated on him.
Yeah.
Fred. It's so much harder on the team when your superstar is not showing up, right? They're supposed to be the leaders. Everybody else is supposed to follow them. And also, as far as him being defeated mentally, he didn't. I don't think he showed up for the press conference. Kyle Lowry was there, and he didn't even show up.
Well, I don't know. Maybe he wasn't invited because he didn't play as much. But who knows? He might have chosen to sit out on the press conference. Ryan, you guys, thoughts? Players or coaching or both?
Personally, I think coaching needs to change. If we get swept to get eliminated out of the playoffs 2 seasons in a row,
By the same guy, same team.
same team after
Worst
making record number of wins, it means that yes, progress has been made, but I think we definitely hit that ceiling where Casey has taken us as far as we can go, and we just need someone else to build on what he's done. And this happens a lot. Like, I'm a big hockey player. That happens a lot in hockey.
Yeah.
Happened with like Pittsburgh Penguins. It's just, what else can you do if you have the best team in franchise history, but your leadership isn't there?
Okay.
That's a good point.
Question. So you saying that coaching, our ceiling has been reached, and technically that ceiling is LeBron, right? So what do other coaches do that Dwayne Casey doesn't, that can get us past LeBron? For example, Indiana, game 7. What were they doing that we're not?
Yeah, they brought him
We're
to
talking about
7.
this off camera.
Oh, we're talking about now on camera.
Go ahead. It's you.
I don't remember what we talked about though.
How Indiana, because they didn't have as much talent as Toronto, they're more physical.
Yeah,
You tell me. You're the one talking about it.
that is true.
So they were playing as grit and grind rather than relying on their talent. And because when we rely on our talent and our talent of Kyle and DeMar doesn't show up, what do we do?
Well, I mean, is that just based off of a player perspective, or is that a coaching thing? Does the coach say, "Hey, play more aggressive"?
I mean, that's kind of like chicken or the egg. So like, is it the person who's the player? Is it their fault for having that mentality, that defeatist attitude, that inability to take over, or is it the coach's fault for not developing them? And it's really hard to say sometimes.
So we're not there.
Well, building on what Ryan said, a lot of the times when you're watching Raptors games, it's Casey doesn't recognize matchups quick enough.
True.
Was
Yeah,
it game
game
1
two-
or game 2
game
when
2
they
was
brought
CJ
JV in,
Yeah.
and he was absolutely dominating in the post.
That's
Right.
Game one. Game one. Game one.
Casey didn't leave JV in long enough, or he put him back in too late, where we could have dominated. We could have got like 4 or 5 more post possessions with JV in there, and then Tyronn Lue kind of picked up on that and brought Tristan Thompson back in to help seal them off defensively. Just kind of recognizing when matchups are there, and then kind of recognizing when things aren't working in your favor is something that Casey doesn't do very well. And Dwayne Casey is a defensive coach. He doesn't have an offensive playbook, or historically he hasn't had an offensive
It's
playbook.
not great.
I don't think that he's there offensively to bring us to the level of Golden State or Houston, where they're just an offensive juggernaut, because we really aren't.
Okay, so final question, yes or no answer for all three of you. Will the Raptors ever beat LeBron, Dennis, and the Cavs?
No.
Go.
No.
Right.
With
Yes or no answer?
with the current squad,
No, not
or
necessarily.
eventually.
You could be eventually too.
Eventually,
Can we
yes.
Okay.
Currently?
Currently, no.
Adding on to that, one last thought. I want to say this is the best chance we've ever had to beat LeBron. With the weakest team he's had in so long,
Weakest does not mean weak.
but the weakest team he's had, right?
And it's really sad.
And
We're gonna be
The window's closed.
Yeah, this was probably our best chance to knock LeBron out of the playoffs, and it's just
And to segue,
LeBronto.
LeBron's
LeBron.
man.
The East is only gonna get better.
East is only gonna get better.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for
So-
the next clip, and we're gonna be talking about it. Peace.